Hi. Welcome to our anti-money laundering training course, which focuses on detection and prevention of money laundering in Irish betting shops. This course presumes you have already completed our basic AML training course, and we hope to cover the following. A quick recap on basic AML. New AML requirements. The documentation needed. New stake and payout triggers, acceptable forms of ID and proof of address, and we'll explain source of funds. You will recall that money laundering is the practice of hiding or covering up the source of illegal money. It can be classic money laundering, where they try to disguise the origin of the illegal funds, or lifestyle spend, where they use illegal funds to fund various lifestyle activities. Since the 27th of November 2018, our sector has been covered by new AML legislation. This means that it is now a legal requirement, similar to banks, to collect information from some customers, which can prove age, identity, or source of their funds. Sometimes, information may be required before bets can be accepted or paid. You should familiarize yourself with your own company policy in this area. So, how can you help? There are many ways you can be a huge help in this area. You can continue to know your customers as well as you do, and make sure you monitor your customers using their real name. Be aware of any suspicious activity such as large wads of cash in a wallet or local knowledge about certain customers. You should always report any suspicious activity to your manager, and, when obtaining customer information, do so discreetly. Also, you should make use of information leaflets to assist your customers in understanding the new legal requirements. You should always look out for the other possible indicators of money laundering that you might be familiar with from your initial AML training, such as an increase in stakes, or an unknown customer betting heavy, or a customer acting suspiciously. Is the customer disinterested in whether their bets win or lose? Or, are they betting on several runners in the same race? Your shop manager or your HQ will monitor other aspects of customers' activity, such as stakes or payout triggers, for example. Since January 2020, Irish bookmakers had to introduce some new measures to comply with the government AML regime. We will go into a little bit more detail in the next couple of slides, but the main changes are that licensed operators must have written AML policies, procedures and risk assessments, detailing local risks for each shop. All staff must be trained and familiar with such policies. Operators must now file suspicious activity reports, and take certain actions when a relevant stake or payout amount has been reached. Here are the specific requirements introduced in the new AML regime, which might be a little tricky to get used to. If a customer places a bet for €200 or more, they must be monitored for all bets going forward, using their real name. Or, if a customer that is now monitored reaches a total of €2,000 in linked stakes in a 12-month period, then customer due diligence must be done, with proof of funds sought in some cases. Please refer to your own company procedures for further details on this. And, all customers collecting a bet of €2,000 or more must provide ID and recent utility bill before collecting the bet. And on the rare occasions where a customer wants to place a bet of €2,000 or more, they will have to provide ID and a recent utility bill, within a certain time frame, with proof of funds sought in some cases. Please refer to your own company procedures for further details on all of these requirements, as each company will have their own specific steps to follow. You may be familiar with the term customer due diligence. But what actually is it? Well, customer due diligence is the process of identifying your customers and checking they are who they say they are. In practice, this means obtaining a customer's name and address from official documents, including photo ID, which confirms their identity and residential address and date of birth. Sometimes, your company may need to perform enhanced customer due diligence, which means they need to obtain further information on the customer. You will be advised by management about when and how to assist with this. For customer due diligence, you will need a copy of either a passport or driver's license. making sure that the image is clear and the document is in date. And for proof of address, there are many documents you can use. But make sure that the customer's name is visible and that it is dated within the last 6 months. You should refer to your own company policy for permissible documents, but in general any of the following is acceptable. Bank or credit card statement. Household utility bill, for example gas, electricity or landline phone bill. Or official documents issued by Revenue or the Department of Employment Affairs and Social Protection. Sometimes, you may need to ask for additional information and documentation that shows the customer has sufficient and legitimate funds to support their gambling activity, or to show that they are betting with their own money and not a third party's. Such information could include details about the customer's occupation and salary, supported by documentation such as a copy of their bank statement, dividend received, or a recent payslip. Generally, you will be advised by management when to ask a customer for this very sensitive information. Finally, we have reached the end of our AML training course, which hopefully provides you with the information you will need to comply with the new AML regime in place for our sector. There is certainly a lot of information to understand and learn, so take your time, maybe watch this video again, taking notes for yourself, and remember, always refer to your own company's policies and procedures for the specific requirements for your company. Your assistance and participation in this area will help our sector reduce or even prevent money laundering from occurring in your shop or on your site. Thank you for watching.